Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Flux here. Welcome back to Rhinestone Island, and today I thought we'd just jump right on in, and we'll do the detailing next episode on this area, but I really want to just jump in here and start working because we have tons of things to do this episode. I want to get this tram done. I want to get some of this, like, this area over here kind of sorted out, so we have our nice little, like, club strip with, like, all these clubs and restaurants and things, and you know, like a cool area to hang out before we reach the beach down this way. And also hopefully even get some more neighborhood stuff sorted out. So why don't we just dive on in here and keep on working on this. So the first thing I want to do is I want to move this tram line down a bit further, and I think that I don't really actually want to have any more like on the street tram stuff besides this area over here. So I'm just going to have this one go straight on up and then branch off this way. We'll have our little dead end over here, and that will be that. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now I think for over here, let me just like level this out a little bit. Grab our leveling tool here, and definitely need to get the strength up a little bit on that one. There we go. And of course I will definitely be going back and cleaning this up later on, but I want to have a station that's kind of set at an angle like this, and also we'll have a bit of a turnaround, and I don't really know how we're going to do that quite yet. We're going to have to figure that one out, but the reason I want to do this now is I definitely want to get that station up and running as soon as possible so we can have the whole route working, and we don't have anybody like, you know, driving around to try and get over here. It'd be much easier with the tram, so we'll definitely try and get that going. And we also need to get the bus routes in, so we have lots of things to do, for sure. Now, for the tram here, I think, and I'm not actually sure if you can use a one-way track like this with stops. Alright, good, you can. Wanted to make sure. So now that we know that, we can go ahead and basically just make a giant, like, roundabout thing at the end of this line. So let's try and do that. Do something like, I think that's pretty straight. It could be better than that. And actually, I think what I want to do here is, once we get this in, which is like the first part, I think, hang on, let's make a little hill here first. So I want to get to there, move up, like that. There we go. We'll grab our double-sided line, bring it down to like here, then connect this. Perfect. Awesome. Alright, so this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I'm not really sure what it looks like whenever you try and make like an angled connection over here. I'm just going to give it a try and see what happens. Alright, so it's obviously going to make some really weird looking track over there, but maybe if it's like less angled it could look a little more natural. Let's try like that. Because we're obviously not going to have anybody doing like this loop around this way anyway, so I'm not too worried about that, and I think that this is the best solution, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll with that. Then of course we'll have our little turnaround back here. I don't want to go too far. Right there. Perfect. There's the turnaround. Alright, so with all of this stuff finally built in, we can go ahead and make the line that I've been trying to make for so long. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll start over here on the right hand side, just right there. We'll move down here, have our first stop right here, right across from this little crossing area. Then we'll come down, have our next stop right here. Then we'll cross over and we'll throw a stop in right in front of this little restaurant kind of area over here. Cut around to the main avenue, and then of course one at the end here, and we'll loop back like so. And this should work pretty well. I'm actually much happier with our new route. I know it took a bit of work and we ended up changing these up quite a bit, but I think that it was worth it in the long run, so I'm happy with that. And that's a great line. Awesome. There we go. So we'll probably have one here, and then I was thinking about doing 2 more. So I think I'm gonna have like one track piece that's kind of like continuous to here, and then we're gonna split it and have like one that goes down to the casino area, and then one that goes over here with whatever we do. I actually don't know if we're gonna do any cityscape stuff over here or not, so we'll see if we make a second one. But if we do make a second one, then I'll have like one little like crossover area right here before it goes into the station, so they can transfer easily. But honestly, the more that I think about this, I don't even know if we're gonna have anything over here if it's not like small suburbs or like a trailhead or something. So I don't really know. We might be all right on having a second line, but anyway, let's just go ahead and very quickly. I forgot to do this, but I'd like to actually edit the line and make it a different color and all that good stuff. So it looks like if we zoom out here, yeah, the purple. Well, I wanted the streetcars to be like this is going to determine the color of the streetcars, so I wanted it to look nice, because like the metros don't really matter because they're underground, so you don't even see them. But because this is going to like determine the color of the actual trams themselves, I think I want it to be like a shade of orange, maybe. That just feels, I don't know, that to me feels like the kind of color we're using, because we're doing lots of like yellow and white flowers, and it's kind of like a tropical area. So I think orange is a great color for this line, and I think I'm going to do variations of orange for all of our lines here. So we'll have the orange line here, and I don't have a name for this neighborhood yet, but and I think I'm actually going to name this front part of the line off of the beach over here anyway. So we'll probably have like a name for this beach, we'll have a name for the station, and then we'll have an actual name for this whole thing. But for now, we can just leave it how it is. But I really like how the trams look in this game now. I think it's really cool how they can just kind of like, look at that color too, it's a nice color, but they just kind of like weave in and out everywhere, and I really like how they're going to be going up and over this area too. I think it's pretty cool. I think it really feels to me like, I mean, again, we're trying to design like a casino, you know, Las Vegas-y type thing, and I think in places like that, there's lots of just kind of like crazy stuff going on, like cool stuff, and that's what this reminds me of quite a bit. It's like a big overhead tram area. So wow, there are quite a bit of trams on this line. I'm actually kind of surprised that there's this many. I think what happens is like it dispatches a certain number of trams total, and then they split them up for the lines, or maybe there's just like this many for this line. I don't really know why there's so many trams actually. I mean, I'm sure I could like cut the budget. Wow, if people are using the tram already, that's awesome. I wonder if we like speed it up, we're gonna get some more people trying to use the tram. But that will be cool. They're all waiting for the way back to get to downtown. It'd be nice if there's a bit more breaking up of the trams. I assume that after a while, once you have some traffic and stuff, it'll break them up, and then it'll be a little more, I don't know, divided. But looks like for now we're getting some use out of them. People are going to downtown, but all right, let's go ahead and keep on working. So I think the next thing I want to do, actually, while we're on the topic of public transportation, is we should go ahead and do the bus lines, because that is something we still haven't really done. So for Dale over here, and I might kind of use Southdale as a bit of an example over here, but honestly kind of regretting using all these like gray colors for the buses, because they're really hard to see sometimes, but that's alright. I might just start using white for like everything. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but I don't know. I like the white buses, so let's go ahead and make a bus. Okay, I actually have, wow, I have a black line. Is this the Rhinestone loop? Kind of forgot how I did this. Wow, this is a really big loop, like bigger than I thought it was. But this must be the, yeah, the downtown Rhinestone. Okay, interesting. So that one goes all the way to Dale. So with that already there, honestly, I think we should have one line that kind of like loops through Dale, like through the middle part of Dale, and then delivers you to this main station over here. And then we should just have some bus lines that, well, actually, you know, I always did this in the past. I always had like bus lines that would deliver you from, say, this station. Wow, look at all that use now we're getting. That is really, really cool. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting totally distracted here. I used to do this where I would have every single station connected by bus, but then they were also connected by metro, so it made like no sense at all. I don't think that's really necessary, so I'm gonna not do that this time, and I think instead I'm gonna have a bus line. Wow, where am I gonna do this at? I'll do one here, and this is gonna be the Dale loop. So we'll bring it out. Wow, they have to go on the highway to get here, don't they? So where's the highway let out that's closest? Looks like it's gonna make them go through Rhinestone to get there, I think. I think that's the only way to actually access Dale right now. Wow, is that really true? Okay, no, you can get in over here. That's where I wanted it to go. I was gonna say that'd be kind of strange. All right. Don't want the buses going anywhere else, so we'll take them in this way, and we'll hit. I just want to hit somewhere relatively soon so that we're not cutting through Rhinestone City. So I think this is a good spot to start. We will go in, and then I want to have one stop inside this little area over here, and then I want to bring it back out again and go to the back of Dale once, and then we'll go up here again and then cut into downtown. I think will be good. We already have buses over here, so this will act as like a good way to transfer to the metros if you'd like to do that. So I'll have one back here, and then one like right up in front next to the metro over here. And then after that, let's see. It should act like a pretty clean loop, so I think I want it to go back to the station from here. And that'll take the same route it came from. That's perfect. And I think that is what I want to do. And I know it seems like I'm going kind of light on the bus through here, but I think that because this is all supposed to be, you know, like office buildings and stuff anyway, I think that we only need some bus routes that are like, you know, just like a very simple line that just comes in here, lets you get, you know, from here to anywhere in this area, like within like a 2-block radius or so, and it's reasonable. I don't think we need to have like, you know, winding routes that just take forever to get through. This will be much more efficient. So, whew, that's good. We will name this one. I guess I still don't have a name for this central station, so I'm just gonna say we want to have SC as the first one, so SC to Dale. I'm just gonna say Dale because downtown Dale and Dale are kind of all combined in this one. So, and then of course we'll make this a shade of white, like so. And then we need one more. And where was this going to go again? I already forgot what I was thinking of. Oh yeah, no, I wasn't actually going to make one that goes down over here. So in that case, interesting. It's kind of weird how the lines overlap, even though I thought this was like a bus route, but it's just like a metro route on top of that. That's kind of odd. But I gotta say, I'm loving how busy this area is going to start getting once we have, you know, every time that a tram stops, we just get like all these people like moving out in this area, and we only have, I mean, we have like hardly anything over here. Like right now, all we've really got is people living over here. Once we have like this area filled and we've got like actual attractions and commercial over here, we're gonna get some serious traffic into this little station over here, and I think it's gonna handle it really well. So I'm kind of excited to see how that goes. But anyway, I don't think we need any more bus routes from the station. And I think Dale's actually pretty well covered now. So maybe we should have one route from Lynn. I think a bus route from Lynn might be beneficial just because right now you'd have to take the orange down here and then you have to transfer over to the yellow. Yeah, you have to go orange to yellow, which, well, that's not totally unreasonable actually. I don't think we need to do that. We'll just do a Lynn loop. So we'll go Lynn to Mapleview because I assume we're gonna have lots of people like living in Mapleview that are going to work in Lynn. So let's do that. I'll just start the line right here next to our metro. And man, I just love seeing how every single metro, every single public transit center seems to have some sort of traffic going on, which I like to see. I really like to see, actually. So, awesome. I'll just, again, make it a very simple loop through here because I don't want to be crowding up. Oh, you know what? I actually want to take this one up to Caspian Ridge. So we'll have one stop before we go, or we'll do 2 stops, and then we'll go up to Caspian Ridge. I think it's kind of a good thing to do. All right, so we'll go up to here. I'm literally just going to have it stop once in Caspian Ridge right here. So that's all we're going to need anyway. If I go back down again, looks like it'll just turn around here, so that's good. We'll take it back down again. We'll go down this road over here, and then we'll probably exit. I don't want to exit here because this place seems to be really crowded. Oh, that's the only place we can go out, isn't it? Unless we go up. Wait a minute. How do you even get up here? Oh, this has its own row. That's weird. For some reason, I thought this like connected over here. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Well, I guess we can go out this way. It seems a bit busy to me. Let's go out this way. This is going to be a bit of a less busy route. So we'll have it make one stop over here, one more stop here, and then now we can move out and head into the. And I'll even stop right next to this main spot, so it feels kind of like a figure 8 kind of pattern. So you can cross and exit in the middle trend, like the middle piece, no matter what. That way, if you're looping around Lynn, you can always stop here, or if you're looping around this way, you can stop here near the metro line, which will make it easy to use that. Then we'll go this way, and let's see, this is just cargo, so we don't need to really hit that too much, but let's definitely have at least one stop kind of close to this little complex. In fact, I think I'm just going to have one right in front of the complex, like right there. And then we'll go. I think it makes sense to definitely have a bus stop like right in front of this little area. Even though this building probably isn't really being inhabited by many people in the game's standards, but I know in real life you would definitely want to have a stop right in front of that. And then we will come back out again in front of the, I think this is like a museum or something over there, so that's nice. And then we'll end the loop right there. Perfect, that's great. I like that we got Caspian Ridge in there as well. So now we can go ahead and rename this one. This will be let's see, Lynn, that's not how you spell Lynn, to Caspian Ridge. Boom. And then again, I'm just gonna start using white, honestly. Maybe for like the downtown loops I'll use black, and then I have some like random gray ones. I'm just gonna make them white because it really doesn't make any sense to make them like shades of gray. It's not like it's any easier, and then it just makes it hard to see on the road, so we'll just go with white. So when you hover over them, they still glow, so it's still easy to tell which one's which. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Perfect. All right. So Lynn and Mapleview and Caspian Ridge are covered. That's awesome. And I could have made the bus go down to the Strauss research facility, but I mean, in real life it'd be kind of cool to have that happen. But I don't think that we really actually need a bus in the game. It won't make a lot of sense. It'll just take longer to have the bus go all the way up and down this old dirt road. So I'm just gonna not do that. But now that means we only need to get Kingston, I think, and then I'm pretty sure we're good on bus routes. So let's go ahead and do that now. And again, we'll hit this one later on, so I'm not too worried about that. But I think for Kingston, all I really want to do is get a route that goes around Kingston to Rhinestone University and then through Delfino Plaza. Because we don't really need like an inner Kingston loop, and because it's just like a neighborhood. But they do probably want to have access to the university and Delfino Plaza. And then, of course, they can get to downtown using the metro, so not too worried about that. It is unfortunate, yeah, that the way the metro is lined up, it really doesn't give them access to the university via metro. Although I guess they could always just walk. I mean, we have this little like elevated walkway right here that's kind of nice anyway. So, you know, there's always that as an option, but we should definitely give them a bus route just in case. So I'm going to go ahead and start this one, I think just like right in front of their metro again. Maybe in front of this metro. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll have this one right here. We will bring it right across the bridge, and then I'm even going to bring it straight into to the university because, I mean, why not, I guess. So we'll have this one right there, and then we'll bring it out, and I may as well just stop in front of the yellow line as well in case you want to hop over there. And this gives them access to the red one as well. So looks like total public transit access. And then through here, I think I'm going to kind of mimic some of these routes, but really I just want to have it kind of cut into the main part, which is right here. And then we'll come back out again, and I'll just make like one stop. Well, actually, let's come out this way to go through downtown, and then I'll just have like one stop on the corner right there, which gives them access to all these loops over here, as well as this area. And then I'll have one more stop up here, which will give them access to our big train depot over here, as well as this metro. And then they can come back down again, and honestly, yeah. I think we should go through the neighborhoods at the end of this loop, just to give them, you know, they don't have to walk so far. So we'll have one stop like right when we get out, and then we'll cut in this way, go here. We'll have a stop right in front of this little pool complex area over here. And then, let's see, I think all these outskirt pieces can just kind of walk to the bus stops. So we'll have one here, and then I will connect it back. I think we'll just connect it back, right? Well, actually, let's just like dump it back over here again real quick. Do a little loop, connect here, and then boom, there we go. All right, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and keep on expanding our residential, and we're probably just going to end up basically filling out the residential, and then as we fill it out, we're going to also be adding in some commercial. So let me go ahead real quick and just divide up the things we want to divide up, so we get our nice even rows of 2x2 housing. And we'll just do this through here at our endpoints over here, and then I think that is pretty much it on the subdivisions. I think everything else is just going to be zoned as usual. I'm going to go ahead and keep these one unit away from the trams, though, just for realism's sake. But other than that, we'll just go ahead and quickly click on all these, get all the zones in. I think, okay, good. Looks like our water is going to cover us for now, although we may have to expand in the future. And I think, well, we may as well just do it right now so we don't forget later on. It's going to be pretty easy to do that on accident. So I'll just go ahead and cover all of our bases here. And I'm even going to go as far as just to get this little section covered as well, because I'm sure we're going to end up going in here and doing some sort of trailhead in the future. I don't want to forget about that. So I'll go ahead and just fill this whole area in. There we go. Very nice. And then I think that should do it. So we'll just go ahead and zone. And I think, this is kind of tricky. I don't know if we should zone this or not. We could zone this as 2x2, but I think instead I'm going to do something that's a little more interesting over here. I might do some trees and some props of some sort, make it look nice. I'm not going to zone that because that's going to be a park in the future. So there we go, that's good. And then we'll keep on zoning more residential as we need it. I'll probably have to make a new neighborhood over here, but why don't we go ahead and start work on our nicer, I guess, like a club slash restaurant strip that goes down this way, just like a more entertainment-y zone for this area, like next to all of our hotels and whatnot. And then of course we'll eventually get to the casinos, but that'll come later on. Maybe even we'll use some of the smaller casinos over here just to make it interesting. I do want to use a couple of these cool parks. They're pretty awesome, but what I really want to do is try to fit in the tennis club, because we haven't used this one quite yet. That's kind of cool because it centers the clubhouse on this street right here, which I kind of like, actually. I think that's a good spot for a tennis club. Let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to do some really cool decorating over here. We're going to have like a nice shoreline kind of thing going on. But let's jump in and start going with these clubs. We have so many different like nightclubs and dance places and all this stuff, so it should be kind of fun to play around with these. We also have the Prism Hotel. I think I'm going to put this one like somewhere over here. The Green Man Crew stage. Wow, we got lots of stuff that could be going on. I think we should have the Green Man Crew stage like somewhere right off of this main avenue over here. So maybe we have like our own separate road that comes out. That's like the strip road right here, kind of coming off of this. Now, hang on a minute. This one, okay, good. This one doesn't have the light. So this one already had a light, which means it's fine to expand off of it like this. Shouldn't cause any traffic, or at least too much traffic, so that's all right. And then we'll just meet up with this road, and I'm probably going to leave this one over here just kind of like dead ending. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this, and then maybe just pull it down. Here, I'm going to pull it to here for now, throw in some parking lots, and then go back on it. So we'll have that one there. We'll throw in a club on this corner, if I can get it to fit. Oh, we have some stuff in the way here. I think I'm going to actually delete this one so we can fit the Club Celsius in here. I think some of these clubs are smaller. They're like 4x4, so they should fit in here better. I actually don't know if I have any that are smaller. Yeah, they get narrower from the other side, but not this way, so this one fits, but I don't really want to put it in here. Also, it's got a bigger, well, yeah, no, I'm not going to put that right there. Maybe at the end over here. But we're going to have some little walkways here anyway, so maybe not right now. We'll get to that one. But I think I'll just put down Fahrenheit over... And that parking is not very convenient. Maybe I'll just get rid of that, honestly, so we can fit in some more cool clubs. Club Celsius looks like it's definitely facing this way, so we're going to have to play around. Actually, I think I was planning on putting a walkway here anyway, so this might work out just fine if we grab our pathways here. What else do we have? We've got this nightclub. I think this should go in the corner over here. Alright, sweet. And then we've got the Prism Hotel. Now, for this one, I kind of want it to be not close to these, so it needs to be on its own kind of area, its own property. Why don't we do this? Why don't we have another road that comes off this main road, or maybe off this road here. Yeah, we'll go off this road. Well, if we go off this road here, then we could have one more of those little parks on this side, which might look alright. Okay, I like that. And then I kind of want to get this like the exact right distance so we can fit one more of those in. So if we go 3 over, oh, we should have gone 4 over, shouldn't we? But I'll leave some room for a little walkway right there. So I want to have plenty of space, people like walk in from the clubs over to the beach over here. So we'll have, maybe I'll just do a little walkway here for now. A little concrete walkway, and then we'll do some trees, some flowers and stuff, but we'll detail that stuff later. I'll just use the walkways for now so we just know where things are going to be. And then I'm definitely going to be zoning a lot of commercial through here, I think, so I'll keep that in mind as well. We're getting pretty close to balancing that out again, which is nice. Alright, let's see if we can get just away from this. Might be too far. Yeah, not going to give us much room on this one. Alright, whatever. We'll just straighten it out and just not get too close. Just keep it concrete back here, and then we'll put something else there, like a planter or something. But then if we have that, we can do a nice walkway like I was about to do. There we go. Yeah, I'll put something there to make it look less weird, but I kind of like that. You know, I actually almost think it would look nicer if we did it like this, though. So then we have, we're wasting less space, and then I'll probably throw in some more commercial right next to it. So let's try and straighten this out as best we can. Perfect. Now we can put down the commercial, and I'll just do... I want to make these back to the standard road type as well. There we go. So I'll put down some commercial. We'll do a little bit more commercial. Maybe some high density actually would probably be not a bad idea. I mean, these are like smaller restaurants, but I think that once we get more towards the downtown, which we're kind of getting towards, we should start doing some high density. So I'm going to plop some of that down over here next to it. And... is that a good spot for the prism? I think it actually is. I think I like that. So I'm going to roll with that, although I also want to try and mimic what we did over here on this side as well. So let's see if we can fit. I don't know if we're going to get another road going the opposite direction like this or not. I think that's good. We'll do some parking in the middle here. I'll make that parking lot interesting though. I'll use some props in the middle so it doesn't look so bland. And then we will do the same thing on this side. See, look at this. It's so weird. My income seems to fluctuate really hard. Like it'll go to like 50,000 and then it'll just like shoot all the way down to like negative 10,000. I'd expect it to be negative right now because I have so many like unique buildings just like kind of plopped over here with no actual zoning. Like literally I have like one, two, yeah, like I have no zoning over here. This is 100% buildings that I'm paying for. So none of this is making me money right now. I mean, I think that you make some money off of a few of these, or like you get entertainment, but I'm just paying money for all these buildings. So I mean, it's amazing at all we'd make any money, but I don't know why it keeps fluctuating so hard. You're gonna watch it just like go down after this. It'll probably be down to like negative again before we finish the episode. But anyway, let's grab some parking. But I really like how this one looks on the beach. I think it's just like a good beachside casino. And this is where we're going to get into the casino stuff. So over here will be where all our casino stuff is. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and have this now all as like a big district for commercial. And I don't think I've used this feature like since this feature came out in After Dark. So this is a feature that I don't use hardly ever, but it's the commercial districting feature, and it's pretty nice. I mean, the thing is, it makes very repetitive buildings, but because I'm not using like a ton of zoning, I'm not like making a giant block of commercial, but instead I'm kind of doing hang on, sorry, I'm just trying to get this right. Instead, I'm doing like lots of unique buildings, and then I'm throwing in like the occasional commercial building. I think it's gonna be all right. It won't be too bad. So I just want to make sure we don't overreach on this, because I want to definitely have the neighborhoods right over in here. So I'll cut this out for now, and we'll probably figure out exactly where this boundary lies, and then I'll even just go all the way down to the beach right here, and then we're gonna have our own beach real estate down here. We'll have like a name for this beach most likely, but just for this area, we'll just kind of handle the beach ourselves, and then yeah, we'll expand this as needed. Actually, I guess I'll just cover the whole area for now, and then we'll get to the specifics of this. I just want to make sure we have everything covered whenever we go in and enact that policy. So this should do the trick. There we go. And then this district will be, I think it's just like a policy for city planning. Is it not? Oh, you know what? I know what it is. It's this. There we go. It's let's see, tourism or leisure. So specialized leisure activities have more vibrant nightlife and many options for daytime relaxation as well. And then this one, commercial zones to serve tourists by providing hotel accommodations. Okay, so I think honestly, man, this is tricky now. All right, here's the plan. I'm gonna make two different districts then, but I'll probably expand this as needed. But this area, anything in this district will be growing hotels. So I want to make sure that we do that for anywhere that's supposed to have hotels over nightlife stuff. And I know it makes sense to have nightlife stuff over here, but I think I want the nightlife stuff where the actual casinos are down here. So I think this should be fine. And then this one's going to be right there. That'll be for tourism. Oh wait, I did this backwards, didn't I? Yes, I did. This is supposed to be this. There we go. So that should give us some interesting stuff. It's probably going to have to redo these again, but whatever. I think this is going to be nice, though. I like all the little hotel buildings that show up. Ooh, we already got tall hotel buildings. Wow, very nice. All right. Man, I'm loving the way that this area is starting to turn out now. We're getting a lot of crowds now, people coming in to visit all of our nightlife activities. We got all these people walking down the sidewalk, and we don't even have our bus routes in yet, so I'm pretty excited to see how that turns out. But lots more people using these trams now with the addition of this cool area. But anyway, I went and did a few things off camera. I was getting a little carried away with all of our stuff over here, and it's getting a little boring. So I figured I'd just jump in and tackle a bit of this neighborhood. I really needed to balance out that RCI, so as you can see, we're getting there now. We got some more places zoned in. I connected the two neighborhoods, and I've kind of blocked out this area. So now we can start doing some more shapes back here as we get away from this main center block of neighborhoods. And I tried to kind of incorporate the different angles and continue with that little angle kind of wrapping around these train tracks. Now over here in our little nightlife section of the hotel area, I actually did change a few things up here for our whole like commercial specialization thing. Instead of going with what we had earlier, which was the, I believe, tourism, which makes all those giant hotels. Now, I did figure out that if you do the nightlife feature, then instead of making hotels, it seems to just only make these smaller buildings. So, in a sense, and I know this is kind of broad, but it seems like if you want to have commercial that is specialized and you want it to be small buildings, you should always use the what's it even called? Now I forgot. You should always use the leisure specialization, because this is the one that makes all the smaller buildings that are more exciting at night. And then if you want buildings that are taller, more like hotels, you should definitely use the tourism. Even if you want small hotels, it really won't work out. If you try and put tourism over here, it'll just make giant hotels, even if you zone the regular, like, low density commercial. So this is what I came up with. As you can see, though, we are having a bit of a worker and goods crisis over here. We don't have nearly enough residents living over here. We also don't actually have any sort of way of getting commercial goods over here right now, because as it stands, the only actual commercial line for rail that I have comes in right here and then doesn't go anywhere. So we're going to have definitely plenty of commercial line access over here, and I'm actually going to make a commercial like offshore, or not really offshore, but just like away from everything else, kind of hidden behind this little hill. We're going to have a big industrial complex that's handling all of our commercial goods. We're going to have connections to the ocean. We're going to have cargo. We're going to have commercial, or trains. I don't know why commercial came to my head for that, but we're gonna have we're gonna have everything over here. So this will service this entire city, and we're gonna really need that, because as you can see right now, we're already kind of spreading ourselves thin. Well, you really can't see right now. Let me make it daytime so you can more easily see all of our little icons. You can see we've got lots of just like little demands for commercial, and when this happens, it usually means that we're spreading ourselves too thin. If you just have an area that's like very demanding of commercial, then that's usually because something's wrong with our system. But in this case, nothing's wrong with our system. We just only have so many commercial ports, like one here and one here and one over here. We don't have enough. We even have, I think, did we ever get one over here? Oh no, we just have this one right here. So we have plenty for the city, but then we started building into Dale, and we started building into the new casino city over this way. And once we started doing that, that's whenever we run out of goods, and we're spreading ourselves too thin. So we definitely need a new commercial cargo output center. So we'll be doing that over here at a later date. But anyway, as you can see, we are doing pretty good over here in the commercial city, and I'm pretty happy with these new neighborhoods. Just gonna go ahead real quick and zone a few buildings over here. Now I don't want to grow anything right there though, obviously, but I'll just go ahead and throw down a few of these. There we go, very nice. And I guess I can just go ahead and use this tool just to fill it all in. Awesome. And then I want to have a cool looking station up here. Now, you know what I just realized is obviously we're not going to be connecting this the way this worked out. I don't really know how we're going to make that happen. I think I'm just going to have it cross like right here or something. In fact, I think that's exactly where it's going to cross, is right here. So let's just go ahead and make a little crossing for our cars so they can get across here. And then we'll have probably a little bit more just like up here. I don't really know exactly how we're going to do that yet, but let me just quickly continue filling out this first so we have plenty of workers for all those new commercial buildings. Now, something that we don't have right now that's going to be a problem is our capacity. It looks like actually elementary school capacity isn't too bad now. In fact, we are in the green now, which is fantastic, but I think that we should be on the safe side. We should have at least one more. Well, I don't know if we actually need one more. I thought we really did, but I think that we're actually good on that. So aside from that, we definitely need to make sure that our other services are taken care of. So right now we have our police, fire, and all this stuff over here. But when we come over to this side, and this part of town, for whatever reason, it seems... Oh, actually, we put one over here. Never mind. So we got the crime taken care of. We've got the fire taken care of, although maybe we should have another little smaller facility over here handling this. In fact, I think that would be a wise decision. So we'll put one down there just to handle this area, because as we mentioned earlier, this is actually not connected directly to this road quite yet. We're going to have it connect via, the downtown area. So at some point it'll be connected. And in fact, when that point comes, then we'll be fine, and we'll have all of our medical and police coverage for this whole area taken care of. But we do not at the moment have any sort of hospital or anything over here, which is definitely problematic. Although we have plenty of capacity, we just don't have coverage. And it seems like, I don't even think we actually need coverage because we don't have any residential over here quite yet. So I think I'm just gonna leave it how it is and see what happens. Yeah, we got quite a bit of capacity here. 6 citizens. Yeah, I think average health. Yeah, I mean, we could always increase that a little bit, but I think we will we'll put one down here later on in a later date. So that's good to see. And I'd like to see this area at night now a little bit. It'd be nice if we had some workers moving in here, so they wouldn't all just go out of business right away. I think we need to have all this stuff move in first, so let me just speed up a little bit and we can take a look at our nighttime area down here. I really like this particular little strip right here. Once we get all of our little details and palm trees and stuff, this will look really awesome. But for now, I still think it looks pretty cool. It's a pretty lively part of town, which is awesome. And we'll have our pools and our details over here as well. But let's go ahead and because I wanted to get a few more things done here. What I really want to do is I want to make sure that we can expand this. So we'll do a little bit more work on our neighborhoods over here. I think I'm just gonna bring this up. We'll have one road that kind of winds up here. I don't know if it's gonna be more like mountain homes at this point. They're getting close to the foothills, but that's okay. We'll do that a few times. Let's just work with this first. And we actually don't need this all to be like this, so I might cut this a little bit and then do some smoothing out with this one. There we go, nice and neatly. I don't actually know why they're all default. Oh, I think people living over here are trying to get up to here. We could probably make one more stop over here. So I'll definitely do that here in a minute, so they don't have to walk so far just to get to those trams. But as you can see, the trams are getting a lot more use now that we have this whole neighborhood going on, and they're only going to get more as we expand on this area. So that's pretty exciting. Let me just put down this stop because that would probably be a good idea. Let's just drag line to add stop. We'll add the stop right there, and we'll add a stop right there. And I'll probably make a little station over here as well. So yeah, no zoning here, but I think we can start putting houses down back here, and I'll start throwing them down over here as well, like that. Very nice. Maybe even a few homes like this, but I just want to leave this part open for you know, detailing and whatnot. We'll tackle that in a minute, but let me keep going, and we'll just try and get maybe a few more pieces to this neighborhood, I think. Oh yeah, I smoothed this out so we could do this. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. I'm gonna use this tool to kind of artificially clean this area up a little bit. Just do that. All right. And then now that we got that, we can do some more organic shape stuff up here. Maybe like one more that then winds this way. Just kind of like dead ends right there. In fact, I might cut this in a bit sooner. So something like that. Yeah, I think I like that. There we go, very nice. And we'll just, again, clean up this landscaping a tad bit. Clean up the terrain around it and all that stuff. Probably gonna have to fight a little bit over this weird shape of the mountain so I can get housing in, but that's alright, we'll get there eventually. So now we do have demand for commercial, but we also have demand for workers, which is a little bit weird. I think we're gonna have to have a little bit of residential over here somewhere, or else we're not gonna get any workers. So I'll probably end up doing that. I was gonna say we could put some over here, but that won't really help because this isn't even anywhere near this, and you'd think they could just take the trams to get jobs, but it seems like they aren't currently doing that. Not enough workers, so we'll see. I'm gonna probably keep working on these neighborhoods anyway, and we'll keep expanding them, and we'll see if that problem fixes itself, and then if not, we can deal with that later. So anyway, I think we're pretty good for this episode. We've been definitely doing a lot of expanding. I really love the way these tracks and these trams turned out going around here, and I'm looking forward to finishing up the station and kind of expanding towards the beach and definitely detailing this back area. So I'll be tackling that next episode. We'll have plenty of work on the detailing because that's what I've been looking forward to this whole time, is just making this whole area look exciting and fun. And we'll you know, make this whole resort look awesome. I'm gonna try and make it kind of walled off so it's like its own little community. And we will, of course, also, you know, work on this area over here and put some trees and some rocks in and detail all the stations, especially this station over here, and of course get close to working on the beach. So hopefully then during the live portion we can actually move into the casinos. That would be fantastic. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of City Skylines, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.